Alright, so how y'all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, I'm going to be going over the final boss TWIGO and whoever the other two are, the TAIZO and whatnot, where surprisingly, unlike most final bosses, we only get an actual week to do this one. So as you guys can see here, 5 days. I'm a little bit late to this, but when, doing these kind of final bosses, like, tutorials and whatnot, I like to at least have like quite a few runs with quite a few different teams so I can, what I'm telling you isn't just like regurgitated stuff from other YouTubers and what's already known. So really like to give my own opinion on this, but this final boss is probably the only final boss we've had where it honestly doesn't matter anywhere near as much as the other ones. Now, why do I say that? Now, if we look at the rankings here, if you are looking to, score really high in this final boss, this is the team you'll have to build. Now, Blue Hellbrom is not an awful, not even an awful lot of players is going to have built up, so you're going to have to invest to score highly in this final boss, which usually isn't an issue. But if we go over to the rewards here, where is our rewards? Actually, it's in rankings, isn't it? Yeah, my bad. If you look at the rewards here, you can't even get any of like the platinum statues or the gold statues for getting like top 1 in the world, top 100 and all that. Literally the highest rewards you can get is from being top 30%, which can be, if you're getting top 30% in this final boss, like, you're not going to struggle for it. There's no, there's no units or anything that do extremely good compared to others. Like, you can kind of just get away with almost anything in this. So this is literally all the rewards you get. Don't get me wrong, it's really good rewards and you still want to be trying to get that top 30%, but it's not something you should invest materials into characters for to do so. If we jump over to the shop as well, having a look at the shop, it is pretty decent shop. I mean, if you guys haven't gotten the, Wedding King and Diane costume, those are here. If not, you can buy the materials, but typical final boss shop. Unfortunately, we didn't get the extra cosmetic upgrades. Usually with regular ones, we get like the 30 weapon ones, 30 headpiece, 30, just base cosmetics, but that's not the case. We are still getting 5 UR stones, which is helpful. And one good thing about this final boss is it's not limited to the, you can't purchase a certain amount per day. That's only stuck to the legend difficulty final bosses. So enough kind of talking about, all the ins and outs of the final boss. What is the actual team I use to get top 10%? Now, given, I did do quite a few attempts yesterday and I ended up doing what the highest score we got here was like an attempt where I actually played the game, but I ended up autoing and getting up like 2,700, 2,800, like they're both very close scores, but this is a team I use, literally just use regular barn team with Kyo. If you like, you can chuck Hauser in the front. You can usually, when using the barn team, you would use the TWIGO on the back because that's your best support, but as you can see here, he is the final boss, so we can't use him. So if you don't have TWIGO, I mean, if you don't have the Kyo, put Hauser on the front. There's a whole bunch of different things you can use. If you like, there are actually quite a few challenges that, actually score you points if you're looking to, run this final boss in like a proper fashion. Reason why, people are using the Hellbrom is he has a stance disable ultimate, which is really, really helpful in the final phase. That gets you a whole ton of points. Also, using a fairy character is really good for getting you points. It gets you like the extra mission done, and cleansing as well is also like in any final boss a good way to score points. But this is the team we're going to use. Gonna just jump right into an attempt. It's really not any difficulty in this final boss. Like I said before, if it's something you're gonna like try and beat and get top 30% in, like, it's not one where you're gonna like have certain runs where you succeed and certain ones where you fail. But here we go, quickly skip into this one. Now, ideally first time we're gonna wanna, there we go, perfectly merge these barn cards and kind of just definitely cancel the order there. We'll run that one back. We're gonna merge those and just throw out some alpha cards for the time being. Let our ignites build up, and hopefully by turn 3 we have our barn ultimate. Getting the extra gift card helps because we can get the merger for the extra ult gauge, but damn, look at that. That was really, really well done. Let's see, do I want to move just the... turn 2, turn 3, ideally, you do want them to have the 6 ignite, so I'm gonna wait all the way until turn 3 to actually... Oh, well, we'll get them anyway. The main thing you want, like, if you have like a really high ult level barn, that is super ideal, but if you don't, that's also fine. So go there, use the alpha card, so we can actually draw in some extra cards, and we'll get the barn ultimate. Now, there's no way barn doesn't kill it. If really just barn and Arthur clear this. Barn himself could play clear this, and you're not just restricted to using the barn team if you don't want to try and score points with the kind of Hellbrom Margaret team. You could use almost anything really. If you have like a... I am actually going to run over like a free-to-play team we can use as well in this video, and like a farming team and stuff of all sorts. But there we go, throw out the gift card, throw out the barn ultimate, hoping we can get around like 3.8, maybe 4 mil on this one. That's alright. 3 mil is good enough. We'll get into the next phase, but gonna try and wait until we get like the max Kyo ignites again before we start attacking in this one. We'll let's see, I might just throw these Kyo cards out for the time being, but yeah, no, gonna use this team here, which is kind of like our max point completion team. Gonna go over a free-to-play team, a, you know, one if you're looking to auto the final boss, which, I mean, realistically, you can auto this final boss with any team, as long as, like, it gets to the point where the CC gap becomes so big and the units become so strong that it doesn't matter. And kind of a team where if you're looking to get those, like, consistent 3-turn runs and you don't want to have to deal with this one. But let's see, do we... Gonna merge these barn cards here. Throw out the Arthur, and I might get rid of them this turn, get the kill. They're actually a tiny bit tankier in this last phase, where I'm not gonna let them get any of the buffs off, which definitely helps us in killing them. But that will be that one done. If we could also get like a new high score, that'd be great. Once again, like, scoring high doesn't really matter, which takes away like a whole lot of the fun in the final boss. But let's see, above 2,800? 2,700, yeah, you see. I got higher than that when I was doing auto yesterday, but other than that, that is our main team. You know, I usually would like to get above top 9%, but by all means, as long as you're hitting that top 30, you're fine. And you actually get a whole bunch of coins, so it's not going to be something you're going to have to grind an awful lot to get the shop done. But if you are looking to actually grind, we're going to be using this team here. Now, we are going to actually swap off the HP food since, you know, we aren't using the barn team, but any kind of team like this, now the Margaret does actually help out a whole lot in, you know, actually autoing this. We'll get to that when we get into the attempts, but usually, you know, they do want to start, if you're using auto and you've, you know, analyzed how auto works, usually they start throwing up debuff cards right off the bat, but Margaret's actual buff card, they only use as a cleanse, so in this first phase we'll auto, it'll probably do like a double Hauser Margaret, yep, but when they actually start applying the debuffs, it'll give us our Margaret buff, and hopefully we can get like a, if you're really good on the card RNG, you can, you know, finish this first phase in 2 turns, and let's say you get like a bunch of merges on the Hauser or something, you can actually get this done in 3 turns as well, which is really, really nice. But let's see, going full send on the Hauser there. Did he end up debuffing? Yeah, no. Due to the, I think it's WAILO debuffing us with the, I think it's a, actually I couldn't tell you what that debuff is there. Please don't use the 3-star, that's alright. You see Margaret throws off her buff. I know it's only like the 1-star. Maybe if you're really trying to get like the 3-turn on auto, maybe you could move Margaret to the left, and, you know, when it does that first turn, you get off like the 2 Hauser cards in the Margaret attack. Maybe you can hope for the actual Breath of Blessed cards to merge and you can get the 2-star. It will definitely help when turning this final phase, but let's see, skip that one there. And we do have the Hauser ultimate, which might actually just finish this one off for us. Let's see, we do have Hauser 6-6, range, you know, he's just on an SSR gear set. I mean, pretty close. There's no way we're going to kill WAILO, but like, the TWIGO on the left will die, that's for sure. But as you can see, like, this gets the run done a whole lot faster than we were with that barn team. Granted, you know, we're probably not going to score as many points. I actually haven't tried this team. I just figured, like, you know, this one would be the best. Actually, some of these teams are, like, not hard to make. I mean, Margaret is definitely the hardest asset of this team, but like stuff like Hauser, Lily and stuff, almost everyone will have. But let's see, I might actually, well, we'll let the auto finish it, why not? Get the Pierce card off here. We are running the Hauser on a attack crit set. It is the SSR set. I think it's our Sigurd set, but Lily is just on our HP defense and whatnot. And let's see, I still feel as if though with the auto on this team, we're still going to be scoring probably around or just above 2,000. Let's have a look at that one. Yeah, you see 2,300, that's still easily top 30%. So like I said earlier on, not something you really have to worry about this final boss. And this is the team we're going to be using for the super easy 3-turn runs. Now, ideally, you know, King is going to be carrying this one. If we jump over to the Slater here, we are using him entirely for his passive. Decreases all enemies' crit resistance by the value of the hero's crit chance at the start of battle. Now, we do just have our Slater on a regular HP defense set, but if you'd like, it'd probably work a little bit better. Giving him some like common bracer and ring and giving him those like full crit chance rolls would definitely work a lot better. We just kind of chucked on our best Slater gear from here, but looking at the Gurtha as well, another unit that we are entirely using for the passive, you know, having an ally for each different race, getting that slight attack buff can, you know, help push your King over the edge and getting that easy 3-turn. Once again, Merlin in the back, using entirely for the passive, giving us that extra Alt Gauge orb. Using Alt Gauge food as well, and we'll quickly drink a stamina pot here and jump right into it. But I haven't tried this one out personally. I did see it on a, who was it? I believe it was Chixua. He did a guide on this one, but if you guys haven't, you know, seen his videos, super talented guy. He does like a whole bunch of final boss stuff, which personally, I'm just not into that final boss. Like, you know, that into final boss. That's just me. He is genius guy. He is one of like very few people as well to do guides on the stage 3 of House Valkyrie. So by all means, go check him out. This is actually, you know, his tutorial, but, well, not his tutorial, but his team idea, basically. But let's see, we do have our King 5-6, so it could be a tiny bit stronger, but hoping we can get it in this one. As well, you know, getting the crits does help as well in the actual Abyss effect. But let's see. Getting that one off there, we'll go 1 and throw these king cards out as well. Doesn't really matter as long as you know, throwing this one out, that's fine. And hopefully when we get into the next turn, we can... Ooh, TWIGO not dying now. Kind of embarrassing on King's behalf right there. I thought he would have easily one-tapped, but let's see. Getting into this next phase, we'll skip the animation again, and does it just one-tap? Surely. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see it. So that's 2 turns there. Throwing out the pumpkin bombs. I ideally should have gone for TWIGO on the... Actually, surely that kills, right? Yeah, look at that. Easy, easy 3 turns. Easy money. And if we're thinking free-to-play teams, honestly, this is probably my best bet. Now, you know, the Blue King and Blue Diane are given to you via story, and, you know, Mama's being a rare character, you're guaranteed to play them in basically almost every summon. The Blue Matrona, although it isn't free-to-play, has been given out for free on a whole bunch of like banners. If you've been playing since day one, there was actually, when she originally came out, she was given for free on her banner. But this is a team I'd recommend using. You know, King, the heal, the cleanse, really good points, helps the team stay alive. Mama's in the back for the passive, you know, giving the blue units, it's an extra 30% defense, extra HP related stats by 30%, so really good in the back there. Diane with a Amplify AoE, really, really good pick, and the attack disable single target, another really good option, along with the AoE ultimate is, like, at 6-6 is a crazy strong ultimate, like, absolutely wipes teams in PvP, so if you want to maybe have that saved up for the second phase, you can throw that one out and just wipe. But jumping over to the Matrona here, both of her single target, well, she has a single target and an AoE card. The AoE card being the main thing in that final and first phase for scoring points. The cancel buff and stances is absolutely huge for this final boss, but that's a free-to-play team. Probably not going to score, like, will, in all honesty, probably going to score just as good as some of the other teams. Like, it's really up to, like, who you have best built, I would say. I'd recommend using, but that just about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.